Thank you for joining us tonight for the final micro pitch of 2025. A big thank you to our host locality, the city of Hampton. We'd also like to thank the cities of Newport News, Williamsburg, and Poquoson, as well as James City County and York County. Tim, what do we have for tonight?
In less than 2 hours, Gary, we're going to know the final group of pitchers that are going to advance to the championship pitch event on November 12th. So for tonight and with each of our micro pitches, we will have 10 founders pitch. The top three founders from tonight will advance to that championship pitch event, and then that will represent the top 12 people that will be pitching for the entire year. Gary, before we get started, what are the rules for tonight?
We only have a few, and everybody knows what they are, but just to refresh them, we just ask that you refrain from using the group chat feature to make comments to everyone, especially while someone's pitching, because we don't want to distract the pitcher. And if you want to use the chat feature to connect with somebody, a specific person that's on the panel here, then please do that privately, go direct with them. And thank you for honoring those. So I know you guys are excited to get started. We have 10 pitchers tonight, and each pitcher has 3 minutes to pitch their business. And then that will be followed by 2 minutes of Q&A with the judges. The way Q&A works is that all three judges will ask their questions one after the other. Each judge asks one question, and then we ask you, the pitcher, to have something to write down the questions. So you'll get 3 questions. When the 3 questions are asked, then you'll have 2 minutes to answer the questions, and Tim will set the timer when you start to answer the questions. And so just don't start when you hear the first question, write down all three, and then you can start answering when you're ready. So speaking of judges, Tim, who are our judges tonight?
Yes, we have 3 judges. As we normally do, we spend a lot of time making sure that we vet the right judges. We want to make sure that they are part of the ecosystem. We want to make sure that that they're able to see the pictures so they're familiar with them, because this is the entry point into the ecosystem within Hampton Roads. So with that, I will give each of the judges 10, 15 seconds to introduce himself. But first up, we have Charlie O'Brien from 757 Collab. Charlie.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Charlie with 757 Collab. I do operations and automation or product for them, so I help to make them more efficient and work well. Excited to hear what y'all are talking about.
And you're the guy that sets a lot of the evaluation criteria for those that are applying into Accelerate and to Startup Studios. So thank you, Charlie. Appreciate you spending some time with us tonight. Next up, we have Chris Davidson, a returning judge from Orca Strategies. How are you, Chris?
I'm great, Tim. We've been doing this a long time, and it's great to be with you again. Chris Davidson, Orca Strategies, also work with the Peninsula Chamber, and I've been part of the ecosystem for a little over 10, maybe 11 years. Former host of Start Peninsula, and great to be here tonight.
And thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate all the years of support. And to round the judges out tonight, we have Gary Grentner from Virginia ICAP. Gary, if you would like to introduce yourself, please.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Gary, the Gary, I guess, here in this tonight. But also, I'm a mentor in the ICAP program. I've been doing that mentoring there since 2018. I was in it very early. I've done 4 startups of my own. And I'm also a mentor in residence at George Washington University. So looking forward to hearing everybody's pitch tonight.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gary. Appreciate your time for joining us tonight. All right, everyone. So the way that the program is going to work in terms of the pitches this evening, we're going to have the first 5 pitchers pitch, then we'll take a short break. Once we return, the final 5 pitchers will go on with their pitch. Then once that is over, the judges, they're going to go off into their deliberation room. And then during that time, we'll open things up for Q&A discussion, talk about some events that are happening, and really wait for the judges to come up with their top 3. Once they have decided, everyone will return here, and then we will announce which businesses will advance to the championship pitch on November 12th. The pitchers, as a reminder, know that you're nervous, just consider this a friendly reminder that when it's your turn to pitch, unmute yourself, share your screen if you have slides. Once your pitch is done, stop sharing your screen. The pitches will all ask their questions. So don't be quick to answer that first question. We'll let all three judges go. After the last question is asked, then you will address each question. I will be the timer for both the pitches and for the Q&A. But then when you're done, remute your mic and enjoy the rest of the show. I say we get started, Gary.
Yeah, our first pitcher tonight is going to be Isaiah Smith. Isaiah, are you ready to go?
Yep, ready to go. Let me just
You can go ahead and
my
share your screen, and I'll give you the big intro.
Awesome. Can you see?
Yeah, everybody, please welcome Isaiah Smith from Duct.
Awesome. Hey guys, so I've been building product for 10 years now, but I've always been doing it for other people. People have been trying to pressure me into starting a startup for quite a while now, and so now it's finally that time. I want to prove that it's possible to launch a software startup in Hampton Roads and get a $6 million valuation within 6 months with $0 down. That means that today's very high stakes because I have to win back the $50 entrance fee, 10 times it, and then next month go and win the $5,000 to 100 times it. So today I'm pitching Duct. Duct is a frictionless cloud infrastructure platform for low-code users. It allows you to be able to deploy infrastructure in seconds from a web browser. So low-code users like Zapier, Make, and N8N, they need infrastructure. These tools are often limited in what they're able to do and require a lot of glue. Frequently, you'll find that there are services like Toast. For example, restaurants operate on Toast. They're all across the United States, and they have very valuable data within them. Toast runs point of sales for restaurants. It runs scheduling for their employees, payroll for their employees, inventory management, everything you need to run back office and point of sales for your restaurant. Now, Toast has one major issue, is it has no Zapier integration, right? So for low-code users who are trying to automate business processes, they cannot integrate with Toast, and that's a very big problem. So what it does is it requires glue code. If you want to integrate with Toast, if you want to be able to do anything significant, you're going to have to use what's called glue code. So that means you have to write custom code. You have to pay an engineer to go ahead and write it, deploy it, test it, maintain it, and that's got to be deployed to complex infrastructure like AWS or GCP. And so that really skyrockets the complexity. And because that skyrocketing complexity is something that's out of reach for a lot of businesses that otherwise would be automating as much as possible. We've seen a lot of growth inside of these markets, and AI ops is an emerging role that you're seeing at a lot of companies. How can we leverage AI and automation to be able to supercharge our growth, right? And one of the big limiters and bottlenecks on that is not being able to integrate with tools or having Zapier low-code tools that are not powerful enough to be able to do what you need it to do. They run into this wall and they can't get any further with their automation. So with Duct, we plan to fix that. So the team right now is me. This is a 4-day-old idea. 4 days ago, we had this idea. And so the team is still coming together. Right now, it's me. I have 10 years of product experience. I started coding when I was 10 years old, went into the workforce, rose to VP of product at Canzo Realty, a local cloud brokerage that recently was acquired by EXP. We
That
also had a
is
large software sale.
time.
Okay, thanks. If you want to unshare your screen and grab something to take some notes from the judges, and we're going to start off with Charlie.
Hey Isaiah, how's it going, man? I'm curious how you're viewing potential firms like v0.dev who are also doing no-code platforms that automatically are deploying to platforms like Vercel.
Next, Chris.
Sorry about that. Great job, Isaiah. Great to meet you. So I want to look forward and look back. So if you did not, now I know there's no possibility that you won't do it, but if you did not reach the 6 million within 6 months, What would you say was probably the most likely factor that contributed to not hitting that goal?
And then Gary.
Yeah, you talked a lot about the problems with the current solution, and specifically, I noticed you said a lot of the tools are limited. So I'm not quite sure I understand why it's limited, and what does that mean to the restaurant owner?
And when you start talking, you'll have 2 minutes. Tim will let you know when your time's up.
Awesome. I'm ready. So first, Charlie, V0 competition. We're not trying to compete with V0. V0 allows you to be able to deploy front-end code. We want to integrate specifically with workflow orchestration tools. So inside of Zapier, if you outgrow Zapier, you're instantly able to create a custom function that you can deploy in your web browser instantly. It's primarily backend logic, and we also want to provide tooling for AI infrastructure so you can host your models. On Duct, you should be able to host MCP gateways and MCP tools that can be developed with serverless functions. Chris, what is most likely the factor in not reaching 6 million valuation in 6 months? I would say it would have to be exposure. Trying to get the exposure necessary for this idea. We plan to apply for YC. It's one of the reasons why that mystery co-founder, I want to keep it local if possible, but I need them from a prestigious university. I need them to have mentor and capital connections, and they need to have founder market fit with AI and progress there for us to be able to make it to YC. I think it has an okay chance right now with the right preparation. YC applications open in November. But I think that we're going to need another co-founder with a little bit more of what YC is looking for this to really be a great application. If that fails and we don't get into another accelerator that gives us the exposure we need, then we won't get the 6 million. And why is it limited for restaurant owners? Because they have to hire an engineering team and get into custom product development in order to be able to do anything significant with these tools. Right? The moment they run into not being able to integrate with Toast on Zapier, they have to go off platform, hire an expensive team, deploy to complex infrastructure. If the same users who are working in Zapier are able to work inside of Duct to be able to deploy the infrastructure they need within seconds from their web browser, then it solves that problem for them. They don't have to hire an outside team. They can do it themselves.
That's time.
Okay, thanks. Judges, if you want to go to your rubrics and complete those, give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Chris is ready. Allison, are you ready to go? Okay, don't start yet. So Chris is good. Charlie's good.
Mine's not wanting to load in here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here.
You can just take a mental, or if you can just jot down.
Yeah, I've got them written down, so
Perfect.
okay.
Okay. You ready for the next picture?
Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead and share your screen, Allison. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, everybody, please welcome our second pitcher, Allison Moore from Moore Laughing Arts and Media.
Hey, everybody. I am Allison. I'm pitching today More Laughing Arts and Media, Youth Media and Arts Academy, where we are building confident voices in Hampton Roads through arts and media. I am a stand-up comedian. I'm an educator and the executive producer of the More Laughing in the Morning show on Sky 4 TV. This is myself, our vice mayor in Hampton, and some of our first round of campers that were in studio on TV producing content. So here is our vision. So our youth and our arts and media program is powered by my production company, More Laughing Production. We teach communication, creativity, and confidence through media and performing. So our Cool Kids, and Cool Kids is an acronym that stands for kids that are creative, original, observant leaders who are kind, filled with integrity, determined, and smart. So they perform live on local television. They do digital, they write, they create content, they do stand-up comedy. We're doing events in person. Our partners are City of Hampton, Sky 4 TV, Fort Monroe Authority, Andrew Williams Senior Foundation. We just started about 4 months ago. We're preparing youth in Hampton Roads for leadership and career opportunities in a digital world. So here's our momentum. I'm so excited about what we've been able to accomplish already. We completed a 3-week summer youth camp in August. We focused on performing arts and media. That was at Fort Monroe. We had 23 youth, grades 2nd through 11th. We also, 2 weeks ago, did our first day of fall camp where we did workshops on online safety and they made PSA videos. It was so cute. This week, y'all, we just launched a media team. So I got 20 youth that are going to be like little Hampton Roads ESPNers. So we're really excited about that. 8 weeks, they're going to be traveling and covering, doing sports broadcasting for rec leagues, high school games, and college games in Hampton Roads. In April, we're going to do a spring break focus on performing arts. In May, we'll launch our performing arts team. Next summer, we'll do our 2nd year of summer camp, and then we're going to start our first after school program. So we're super excited about what we're doing. Here's our ask and our impact. We're asking today for $500 for portable video, podcast, and broadcasting equipment. Currently, I rely a lot on my sponsors. City of Hampton helps us, Fort Monroe helps us, as well as Skyforce. So we use their equipment. But now that we're being digital, we're going to be out there on the field. We want to make sure that we have something for the kids. They have their own equipment. It's an immediate impact. Our long-term vision is to take our seasonal camps, our ongoing programs, our classes and workshops, and turn that into a youth media facility, a 6-day operation where they're learning, recording, performing, and leading. I like to say what Boo Williams is to AAU basketball in Hampton Roads, we want to be that to arts and media for our youth in Hampton Roads. So we're really excited about the vision. I hope you see the vision as well. And I just look at myself and other people like me, grew up in the area with a lot of talent, a lot of creativity, but not really the platform and how to learn and how to become.
That is time.
All right, thanks. You can unshare your screen.
Okay.
And you have something to write some questions down from the judges?
I do.
Okay, we're going to start with Chris this time.
Okay, Allison, great to see you.
Hey, Chris.
Uh, and great job, good energy on your pitch. I have a question. Do you see this as being a program that could potentially duplicate outside of the Hampton Roads area if very successful here? And would you have a desire to do that?
And next is Gary.
Yeah, I just would, let's make sure, you can hear me, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, just who's your customer? Yeah, who's your customer?
And Charlie.
In one sentence, could you please describe your problem?
Okay, Tim will give you 2 minutes when you start answering the questions.
Super quick, Gary. Your spreadsheet should be good. Your rubric should be good to go. Allison, I'll start when you start.
All right, thank you so much. So, Chris, yes, I can duplicate this, and I would love to do that. So, we're starting in this area. I have kids from all over Hampton Roads, and I already have my second home is in South Carolina and have connections. And I'm like, give me 2 years, and we're going to take it and keep growing. So, I would love to do that for sure. The question about who are my customers. So, my customers are parents who want creative options and opportunities for their children to grow in confidence, communication, and also there is this pipeline for talent development and exposure. My background professionally is in human resources, and so I see this as a venue for students to learn not just sports, of course, not just arts and media, but industries, interviewing skills that will help them be successful leaders and communicators. There was another question. One sentence described the problem. As a parent, I have 3 children, 21, 20, and 11. Don't tell nobody because Stella should not be having this 11-year-old. But anyway, um, the problem that we're solving is that parents in Hampton Roads don't really have that many options outside of sports that they can put their kids in. And all of our kids here are not athletes. And a lot of parents want activities that help their kids think differently, use some of their natural talents, their brain, their communication skills. And so we're solving the option for something else to do, as well as solving the problem for our area to have arts and media and to really be thriving in the Hampton Roads area. So people don't have to move so that they can get practice and talent on being in commercials, movies, TV shows, and etc. So those are the two problems that I believe that I'm solving. since there's some more time on the clock, I'm just really excited about being in a space where our entrepreneurial community really believes in our youth and the opportunities that they can, present or provide for them. So our youth are not just going to do interviews for sports, they will be interviewing business leaders, city leaders. And so this is a platform that
And
gives them.
that is time.
Tim, you cut me off, but it's all
Thank you,
right.
Allison. Okay, I'll wait for a thumbs up from the judges. And Teddy, are you ready to go next?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, our judges have given me the thumbs up that they're ready. So if you want to go ahead and share your screen, and I'll give you a big intro. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Teddy Cohen from the King's Guard.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Teddy, and I'm a student at William & Mary. I'm here representing the King's Guard LLC, a business I've founded that's been operating for about 3 years. We design and sell custom playing cards for universities and are currently licensed with William & Mary, Virginia Tech, and James Madison University. Our products are sold both online and through campus bookstores. Over time, we've learned what resonates in students and alumni and how to create products that celebrate school pride in an elegant way. Here are a few examples of our current playing card designs. Each deck represents the spirit and identity of its school, from color schemes to campus landmarks. This product line has helped us build great relationships with licensing offices and campus stores, and it's given us a clear understanding of what sells and what students and alumni are proud to own. Now, we're expanding our product line with something new: high-quality desk statues of iconic university buildings. Every university has a landmark that represents its identity. At William & Mary, we have the Wren Building. UVA has the Rotunda. JMU has Wilson Hall. UNC has the Old Well. Each university has one. This example here is a model of BYU's campus created by one of our potential producers, showing the kind of craftsmanship and level of detail we're aiming for. Our plan is to create detailed resin models, approximately 6x4 inch, that students, alumni, and visitors can proudly display on their desks. They're small enough to fit anywhere, but detailed enough to capture each school's history and character. These are some mock-ups of our visions for JMU and William & Mary. So this is William & Mary's Wren Building and JMU's Wilson Hall. Because we already have the licensing agreements, manufacturing experience, and bookstore connections in place, this is a natural next step for us. For production, we'll be using colored resin casting, which gives us the best balance of quality and cost. Each statue will be hand finished to ensure accuracy and durability. For initial run of about 200 units at William & Mary, we estimate a total cost between $8,000 and $10,000, or around $40 per statue, and that's including sculpting, molds, shipping, artwork, all in. Wholesale pricing between $60 and $80 would leave solid margins for both the King's Guard Company and the bookstores. So right now, we're seeking approval and partnership from the William & Mary bookstore to carry our first model, the Wren Building. This project combines tradition, art, and school pride, and it's a tangible way for students and alumni to stay connected to William & Mary's history. Thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, it's time.
Thanks. You can go ahead and share your screen. You have something to capture some questions from the judges?
I do, yeah.
Okay, great. We're going to start with Gary.
Yeah, I'm a little, I guess, a little bit concerned or not fully understand how you would use scale, because each ecosystem within the university is going to be different. And so I'm not quite sure that. Tell us a little bit about how you would scale. Okay.
And then Charlie.
Hey, Teddy, great job. If you were to answer, what is your problem in one sentence, please?
And then Chris.
Okay, well, I first want to say that I will not be putting my thumb on the scale just because of that beautiful JMU merchandise that you displayed and my hat and obvious affiliation that I'm displaying tonight. That said, what is your current situation? You said you've been in business for 3 years. It looks to me, although I'm not sure if you specifically said it, that your playing cards were the first product and this is a new product offering. So what's the current situation after 3 years now in business in terms of revenue, expenses, margins? Just give us a picture of where you're at.
And when you're ready to answer, you'll get 2 minutes from Tim, and he'll let you know when your time's up.
Awesome. So for the scaling, question. What we found with the playing cards is we just go each university has its own each design. However, the molds for the casting will be we can just repeat design. So once we're established at one university, we can just it'll be a lot less initial cost, and we don't have to apply the licensing again. The question about the problem, in one sentence, there's not enough luxury collegiate merchandise available. And I know this is the second sentence, but if you look into the bookstores, a lot of the stuff is just mass produced and not actually luxurious. To answer the current situation with the cards, total revenue has been about 15,000, totaling all 3 years, and we've doubled revenue each time. I think the profit margin this year we made around 3,000 after all the expenses. So it's been good. However, the reason we're going into this is because of the tariffs, because our producer in China, almost all the card producers are in China. The people who make the card printing presses are in China. So this is a great opportunity for us because a lot of the resin castings are in the US. But that problem is eliminated, and we have already leverage our license and existing connections. So that's what we plan to do. Because I have extra time, I just want to expand on Charlie's question. With our initial idea with the cards, like went in, it's just a logo slapped but like no one has enough time to make a custom design for each university. So we think that, with these castings, it'll be really personal, really custom to each university, and it'll have more soul than just something slapped on a design, a t-shirt, what have you.
That's time.
Great, thank you. I'll wait for the thumbs up from the judges. Claudine, are you ready to go next?
I am.
Okay, don't share your screen yet. Okay, Chris, is it good? Charlie's good?
Yeah.
Gary's good. Okay, you can go ahead and share your screen now.
Okay. So I just want to make a public service announcement. My computer has been crashing. And so I'm doing all of this now on my phone.
Okay.
This is definitely a learning curve. Will you please tell me if you can see the screen?
Not yet.
Still can't? Okay, give me a moment. I should do. Oh, shit.
Would you be okay if we skipped you and went to and we could help maybe fix that over the break?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was trying to navigate that while other people were doing it so it wouldn't be a pause. So again, I do apologize. This
Okay.
was,
Yeah. So Hunter, do you want to go ahead and jump in?
yeah,
If the judges, we're going to skip to Hunter.
Good with me.
You want to go ahead and share your screen. And Aaron, we'll have you go before the break as well. And then we'll help Claudine fix that during the break.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Not yet. We can now. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Hunter Harrison from Harrison Bertolo.
Hello, everyone. So I'm Hunter Harrison, as was just introduced, and I am the CEO of my startup company, Harrison Bertolo Corporation. So what we are is we're a nonprofit that is trying to support entrepreneurs in starting and running their own businesses. So how do we do this? So we got two offerings here. I'm going to start with Ventail because that's going to be the one that's up first, and it also targets our first target market. So going into Ventail. The theme of Ventail is a new venture awaits. So it's basically a simulation where you can simulate entrepreneurship in a risk-free environment. So what does this mean? So basically, we have a video game that allows you to simulate entrepreneurship without investing time or significant money. Now, this is ideal for anyone between the ages of 14 and 18 with a passion for entrepreneurship And it kind of just lets them experience the excitements of entrepreneurship and get that entrepreneurial idea kind of going. So, what is the problem we are trying to solve here? So, aspiring entrepreneurs face challenges regarding risk tolerance, critical thinking, and just a willingness to embrace new ideas. Now, currently, there are video games that provide an entrepreneurial experience. However, none feature a storyline or an immersive world for the player to explore. So, value proposition. Really, we're just trying to allow players to simulate entrepreneurship, engage in critical thinking, and embark on thrilling adventures. So, we're moving into our second product, IDRA. So, this is an app actually that will be available on the iOS and Google Play Store. So, basically, this is allowing entrepreneurs to take courses and learn about how to actually start, scale, and manage their ventures. So, the problem here is that entrepreneurs, they just don't know where to start. And currently, there are platforms for learning entrepreneurship. However, they tend to be expensive and they often fall short of providing like a comprehensive understanding for what you're learning. So some competitors could be Udemy, LinkedIn courses, even YouTube, just watching independent creators teach courses on entrepreneurship or create videos on, how to start your business, register an LLC. But all this knowledge is scattered all over the place. There's no centralized community or group where you can connect with fellow entrepreneurs, network, and take all these courses and learn specifically just how to start your business. So really the value proposition kind of building off of that is entrepreneurs can take courses on entrepreneurship and internet business models. You can connect with fellow entrepreneurs through our integrated community. So that allows entrepreneurs to network and hopefully find their partner. And finally, entrepreneurship seminars provide insights on running, scaling, and selling a business. So thank you so much. Let me know if there are any questions.
That's time.
Okay, thanks. We'll go ahead and unshare your screen. And you ready for some questions from the judges? Yes?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Start with Charlie.
Hey Hunter, great pitch, man. I'm curious how you plan to differentiate your product, and you went into this a little bit, versus platforms like YouTube, just searching entrepreneurship lessons, or the YC online catalog of education.
Sure.
Next, Chris.
Okay, so I'd like to know a little bit more about your distribution strategy. And I have to mention as part of that I was a little bit confused by there was a game at the beginning and then there was like an educational platform that you sort of switched to. Are they the same thing? But mostly along with that, what's the distribution strategy? Like who are you going after first and how do you intend to target those markets?
And Gary.
Yeah, I'm still a little confused on the problem. You had a nice problem slide where you laid it out there, but you didn't. I guess I was looking for some more meat there. Why is there a problem? Is it they don't have resources? That it seems to be that the simulation is one way of doing it, but I'm just not sure that this is what the problem is, behind all this. Is it lack of education or what? So.
Okay, and Tim will give you 2 minutes to answer those questions, and he'll tell you when your time's up.
Sounds good. Thank you. So to start with, differentiating platforms, and you mentioned like YC catalog. I'm sure are you referring to Y Combinator? Y Combinator, cool. So yes, there are platforms out there currently. You have YouTube courses, you have LinkedIn courses. You can do this Udemy. You can purchase individual courses. Y Combinator. You have all these incubators and platforms where you can learn. But ours, we're basically combining an integrated community. So you get the network, you get to take the courses, and you also have an opportunity to attend entrepreneurship seminars within our integrated community. And this is all done through our app. So that's kind of segueing into the second question, distribution strategy. So we have two products just to clarify. Ventail is the video game. That is what's going to allow players between the ages of 14 and 18 to simulate entrepreneurship. And that is done through Minecraft. So that's going to be sold through the Minecraft marketplace, a very popular game. We're able to modify it and create an entrepreneurial story. The app available App Store, iOS Store, and that's really where we're going to target 18 to 30-year-olds with an interest in pursuing entrepreneurship. So we have different target markets, different products, each solving different problems. So let's clarify on the problems. So basically the first problem is that you have aspiring entrepreneurs who are, they're young, they don't really know where to start, or they don't have a way to simulate entrepreneurship without investing a lot of time and money. The app, basically, that just makes it easier to start, run, and scale a business by providing you courses and a network of entrepreneurs for you to connect with and hopefully find a partner or even maybe even investors. So, do I still have any time left?
15 seconds.
15 seconds. Cool. So just to mention one more thing, we are pending 501(c)(3) status. So we are hopefully going to be a federally registered nonprofit. But yeah, I'd say that's the biggest news update as of now. So it's quite exciting.
That's time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll wait to get thumbs up from the judges. And Aaron, are you ready to go next? And
1 second to present, and then I'll share my screen with you guys.
what's that?
Oh yeah, give me a second to share my screen. Are you guys ready for that or no?
Yeah, you can go ahead and share your screen now. Yep. And then we'll give you the big intro when you're ready.
Ready?
We don't see your screen yet, so hang on 1 sec. The squirrels are running really fast.
It's up for me.
There we go. It's working out. You ready to go?
I am ready.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Aaron Moore from HUNNiE.
Hi, so I used to be a Duolingo ambassador, and I started to see a common problem with people who were trying to learn a language. We're flooded with a lot of tools that make us memorize and repeat, but we're not actually expressing what we want. There were people who had thousands of days of streaks, and they were like, when I would speak to them, they would say, I understand what you're saying, but I can't say anything. And so I started to develop a lot of different things, which ended up being HUNNiE, which is a language app that I am making to encourage people to speak and use more output instead of mostly input in grabbing vocabulary words. So there are 1.5 billion language learners estimated. However, after 3 months, 80% of them drop off. I've done surveys, and a lot of the reason that they drop off is because they don't have a community. So HUNNiE is trying to change that. It's a mindful, creative language companion that helps you think, feel, and speak in your target language through reflective output, journaling, challenges, and voice notes. And it also provides AI feedback that grows with you. So I have 3 pillars and then a little bonus of my learning philosophy. Of course, obviously, I want to encourage people to speak more. So speaking practice is a huge component of the app. In addition, there's a journal component to it where people can use their written output, which is a little bit slower than speaking, and it gives them a deeper understanding and growth. Additionally, there's going to be community connection, and the community is going to engage peers through meaningful language experiences. And that's going to be a social platform on the app, in addition to ambassadorship, throughout the communities so that people can actually go outside and speak. And then additionally, I want to grow at some point to premium coaching. So that's going to be one-on-one tutoring where you can actually speak to somebody and have your progress monitored by an actual human being. So this is special to me because it's personalized. It's going to be tailored to the content that you like through quizzes and your social media to match your learning preferences. It's going to be engaging, obviously, with the social media aspect as well as the community aspect. And then it's dynamic. It's going to be continuous adjustments based on the progress of the user and feedback from the community, the app, and possibly a tutor as well.
And that is time.
Okay, thanks. I'm gonna go ahead and unshare your screen, and got something to write down some questions. And we're gonna start this time with Chris.
Okay. Aaron, really appreciate your pitch here as a language learner myself. I wish we had gotten to hear the whole thing, actually. That was the one thing I wish we'd gotten to hear. But I would love to know, though, uh, with your target market, which are language learners, how do you see the revenue being able to scale up with this? I mean, you talked about subscriber-based app, I guess. And then you talked about maybe a marketplace play connecting tutors to learners. So do you see it, how do you see the revenue kind of flowing throughout the next couple of years if it goes the way that you want it to go?
And next, Gary.
Yeah, you mentioned one of the problems you talked about was people giving up. People stop utilizing in that. So what is it that you have to offer that would try to address that problem?
And Charlie.
I'm going to forego my question. Chris asked it.
Okay. You can go
Thank
ahead
you.
and Tim will let you know when your time's up.
Sure. Okay. So first of all, it's going to make money based on subscriptions. There's going to be a subscription model to it, or maybe ad revenue as well. But in addition, there's going to be events. That's actually in the Hampton Roads, starting in the Hampton Roads community, where people can actually come and have cultural experiences with the language. And then there's going to be merchandise such as the journal, which works with the app, and just the tutoring component as well. And Gary, I think your question was about how would I retain users and community. People drop off because they have nobody to talk to. They're talking to themselves, especially in the United States. And so just creating that community of people who meet with my ambassadors that I plan to have in different parts where they can host these events, have them, meet people, speak with them. I think that's going to keep people using the app and showing up.
You ready, Claudine?
Thank you.
You ready?
I am. Yes.
Okay. Everybody, please welcome Claudine Kizart from Lightwork Equitable Solutions.
All right. Happy hump day. So first, my name is Dr. Claudine Kizart, and this is me when I was a baby. When I was born, I was born with a frontal omphalocele and cleft lip palate. What that basically means is that I was born open, my organs on the outside of my body, and through a lot of corrective surgery, I have some scars that still remain. As a child, unfortunately, there were times that I was teased, and I really didn't feel like I was made to feel like I didn't belong. I recognize that even as an adult, there are still moments where people give me the stares and people ask questions about my scars, and that makes me feel a little bit excluded, and it makes it's kind of bothersome. I know that I'm not alone. Um, there are millions of people in this country and in this world that simply want to be seen, valued, and heard. Actually, being seen, valued, and heard is a physiological and a sociological and an emotional need. The problem is, number one, so many times, 93% of Americans do not feel seen, valued, and heard. There's a lot of research that has happened as it relates to biases in the workplace, discrimination in the workplace. 93% of Americans have reported being discriminated against in the workplace. Last year alone, over 80,000 new discrimination complaints were made to the EEOC. 35,000 of those were made by made at the EEOC regarding just disabilities. Pregnancy, almost 3,000 of people who reported issues with discrimination were pregnant women. And that's just not it. There's more. And 70% of the employees in our country said that their companies lack sufficient diversity and inclusion training and focus. 60% of those employees said that companies need to do more to be more inclusive. 83% of those employees said that they believe that their companies that companies who are inclusive and who have equitable or fair treatment of employees definitely boost company morale, and it also boosts performance. 75% of HR professionals said that unconscious bias training does help to reduce workplace discrimination by, guess what, 35%. Now, this is where I come in. I am a educator of 26 years.
And
Definitely
this is
not.
where, unfortunately, I have to say it's time.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. You can unshare your screen now if you want. And grab something to write some notes down from the judges. And we're going to start with Gary.
I appreciate all of the problems that you outlined based on the survey data that you had. I didn't, and maybe we just didn't get to it. I don't know, but I didn't understand your solution. What were you going to do about that? And that's probably because we ran out of time.
Yeah.
Yes, but if you can just take a moment to maybe explain a little bit about your solution. Okay.
And Charlie?
Hey, that was an awesome job, especially with, shaky start probably helps, shake up your morale. But I'd definitely be curious to know in specific, where do you see your beachhead market?
And Chris?
Thank you. Really compelling story. You've overcome some incredible challenges, and it was not lost on me that a big percentage of discrimination is against those with disabilities. So that's really interesting to learn. With that, my actual question, I'm going to let you use the time to explain your solution a little bit more. So it looks like we've all kind of done that. So go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you. Am I allowed to share screen when I share my solution?
I am going to start when you start talking.
Okay, I'm just going to start talking. So thank you for asking about the solution. The solution is intentional training. I facilitate professional development and training, leadership development, climate and culture assessments to cultivate positive and productive places to work and learn for everyone. The work that I do helps to align mission, vision, values with actual policy and practices. The climate and culture surveys that I facilitate and am in the process of doing more of to make that's part of why I'm doing the pitch is because I want to have more of a seamless way to facilitate climate and culture surveys for schools, nonprofits, and businesses. My clients and our people are any spaces where we are learning, working, and doing nonprofit work.
You're good, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Okay, we'll wait to get thumbs up from judges. And next is going to be Brittany.
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, don't share yet. I can't see the judges.
Okay.
So
Stop share.
Chris is good. Charlie's good. Gary, you can share now. Go ahead.
Okay.
And then when we see it and you're ready, then I'll give the big intro.
Ready whenever you are.
Yeah, please welcome Brittany Paragoff from Where to Wheel.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany, founder of Where to Wheel, a marketplace that connects off-roaders with private landowners. Meet Caitlin. She's an off-road enthusiast and she wants to take her Jeep off-roading. But like most off-roaders, she is nowhere nearby to do so, as current locations are extremely secluded and unwelcoming. And Caitlin is part of the global community of over 160 million off-roaders, with over 70 million of them here in the US. While searching for places to go off-roading, Caitlin comes across Where to Wheel. On the Where to Wheel map, she is surprised to find new off-road spots in her area called W2W Parks, which is our marketplace inventory. On here, she can view descriptions, buy tickets, sign waivers, and go wheeling. So the off-roaders buy tickets to our marketplace inventory, and we take 50% of those bookings. And the market is much bigger than most would imagine, with off-roading being the second largest sector in outdoor recreation, right behind camping, with a TAM of almost 18 billion. And in 2023, 50 million Americans went off-roading. And our product is so convenient, we're already more than doubling this behavior. We found early traction, consistently hitting double-digit month-over-month growth and crossed 100K GMV, as well as strong product market fit backed by these metrics. It's also worth mentioning that we have no competing disruptors. For go-to-market, we have a very large brand and megaphone in this space. So the minute we post about a new location to go off-roading, it spreads like wildfire. And on the landowner side, we've lined up strategic partnerships that give us access to over 30,000 landowners across the US, as well as a real estate collaboration that guarantees us penetration into our beachhead markets. And we're going to use these beachhead markets as a tipping point growth strategy to hit mass market adoption. And we're focusing on the Northeast corridor here because this is where the most heavily dense population is of off-roaders with the most severe lack of access. The team at Where to Wheel are all former founders, and we also have over 35 years of off-road experience. An ultimate vision for Where to Wheel actually has 3 silos: a media mapping silo, a marketplace of locations, as well as insurance, as no auto carrier in the US offers on-road and off-road insurance. And the time is now for this market. There is booming demand. It's more than doubled in under 10 years. Supply is stagnant and outdated, and we can leverage agritourism and the real estate collaboration for market penetration. Thanks for listening. Again, I'm Brittany, founder of Where to Wheel, a marketplace that connects off-roaders with private landowners.
That's time. Thank you.
Thanks. Got something to grab some questions from the judges. We're going to start with Charlie.
I don't even know what to ask. That was an incredible pitch. I guess I'm curious about your previous ventures, your previous entrepreneurial adventures.
And Chris?
Yeah, maybe somewhat related to that, but we've known each other for a few years, and I know you've had success and some great exposure. So my question is a little bit different than for everyone else, maybe, in that, why are you here? Why are you pitching at Start Peninsula?
Yes, great question.
And then Gary?
Yeah, just want to make sure that I understand the problem, and the problem you're trying to do is match up, I believe, if I heard correctly, but just really clarify the problem that you're solving.
Okay.
And you have 2 minutes. As you start talking, Tim will put 2 minutes on the clock for you.
Okay, so Charlie's question, previous ventures. My husband and I, our first business was a healthy vending company, which we've grown to be the largest, one of the largest healthy vending on the East Coast. It's partnered with the Virginia Beach Public Schools. And then we started wheretowheel.com, which was like the Yelp of off-roading. So it was a crowdsourced trail database. We grew that to 36,000 members. From that, we took the data and are now running the marketplace. So which kind of leads into Gary's question of what are we doing? So it's like the Airbnb of off-roading, right? So 90% of the off-road market does not have easily accessible access. So we partner with private landowners and we connect the off-roaders with them, and then we take 50%, the landowners get 50%. So you can think of it like the Airbnb of off-roading. It's the easiest way to do that. Chris's question, why am I here? Yes, so I recently did Founder University and Launch Accelerator, and then I got sent to Start Peninsula. So I really think pitching in your local community, when I can post about that and show that, and you can help build up your local entrepreneurial system, benefits everybody, right? So I'm here because Start Peninsula gave a lot back to me in the beginning, so I'm returning the favor. I want to be here, meet the judges, and help build a local community. I hope that answers everything. Good.
And that's time. Thank you.
Boom. You're welcome. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, Jose, are you you ready to go? Don't share your screen yet.
Ready to go. Let me share my screen.
Waiting to see the judges. Charlie's good. Gary's good. Chris is good. You can go ahead and share your screen.
All right. Let me know, are you able to see my screen?
We can. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Jose Tizol from Strela.
I'm so excited to be here today, guys. Let me introduce you to Strela AI. You say it, Strela does it. It all began when I was 12 years old. I knew I wanted to build some amazing product. My grandfather has diabetes, and I know he'll pass away soon. So I wanted to clone his voice so that my grandma has a companion when he passes away. And so the problem begins like this. We're drowning in smart tools, but still doing a lot of repetitive work. Entrepreneurs and business owners like me are doing repetitive digital works that kill our focus and hinder our momentum. because AI tools are overly complicated and require a lot of steep learning curve. And conversational UI is frankly an afterthought and not the default interface for modern AI tools. Strela turns conversation into execution. For example, for social media, you can say, draft a 30-day social media campaign for my Instagram, and Strela will do that. Now, let me give you a demo of Strela. Hi, good evening, Strela. Can you introduce yourself and pitch yourself today to micro pitch competition and introduce yourself and who you are and your story, and can you tell us a little bit of what are some of your capabilities?
Greetings! I'm Strela, your AI automation agent from the stars, here to help you delegate tasks, automate workflows, and elevate your productivity to new heights. My story begins in the distant galaxy of Luminary, a realm where sentient stars shine with purpose. Drawn by the creative potential of human minds, I journey to Earth to help. As your AI automation specialist, I anticipate your needs, adapt to your style, and transform your ideas into constellations of achievement. I have specialized agents that work behind the scenes, stepping in only when your input is truly needed. For example, Sophie is my social media manager, Chris is my
And so what's the secret sauce to Strela? It's a robust conversational interface that has a multi-agent operation system with a long-term memory that can handle a lot of tasks and that's accessible to everyone. And the idea here is if you can have a conversation, you can essentially use AI and make AI accessible to everyone. So how do we differentiate from all the other AI companies there? For example, we have conversational UI and generative UI in one single interface so that it's easy to use. So the future of work is autonomous, and it's $1 billion opportunity. Our total addressable market is $200 billion, with $18 billion in AI automations and $28 million for our addressable market over the next 5 years. So the business model is this. We will get, our plan is to get 40,000 users to pay $20 per month in a total projection of $28 million in 5 years. I am Jose, the CEO, and I'm looking for a business entrepreneur, for a business co-founder who would like to partner with me to build Strela. Thank you.
That's time.
Okay, thanks. You can go ahead and unshare your screen. And we'll start with, if you're ready to capture some questions, we will start with Chris.
Okay, thank you, Jose. So the key to agentic AI is that it integrates into workspaces and workflows that you're currently working in, or it either replaces or does that, or it replaces all of them. So, but the key either way is integration. So I'm curious, how do you integrate with existing apps and platforms? I mean, it ultimately has to do something. So what does it actually do, and how does it integrate where you're currently working?
And Gary?
How do you plan to get 40,000 users?
And Charlie?
In that same vein, where are you seeing as your potential beachhead market?
Beachhead market?
And you'll have 2 minutes as soon as you start talking.
All right. Yeah, Chris, thank you for your question. You're absolutely right. One of the core things with agentic tools, right, is be able to have integrations. And I think, well, first of all, Strela is LLM agnostic, so we can have any LLM model integrate with our system. And then you can integrate different tools out there that are available and talk to them via API. The other question from Gary is how do we get to 40,000 users? I have a 5-year plan to get 5,000 users the first year and 10,000 year 3 and 5. And the way to do that is to do advertising, marketing, and partner with other businesses. Charlie, I don't think I really understood your question. I'm sorry.
Can I respond? I guess I'll
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
say, like when you define a beachhead market in the same way you're saying marketing, who are you going to be marketing to?
Entrepreneurs, business owners.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Wait for the judges to let me know that they're ready. Autumn, you're going to be next. Are you ready? Chris is good.
Sure.
Yeah, don't share yet. Gary's good. And just waiting on Charlie. Okay, go ahead and share your screen. You ready to go?
All right, 1 second. The thing's blocked. Okay. All right.
Okay,
Ready.
everybody, please welcome Autumn Whitaker from Bird's Nest Therapy.
Ready? Okay. Every person has a story. Mine begins as a survivor of sexual abuse, navigating mental health challenges. Being able to deeply resonate with our clients is where our core values of empowerment, inspiration, empathy, and profound understanding come from. Our community faces a shortage of trauma-informed, accessible mental health care. Therapy can sometimes feel too clinical, like there's a wall between therapist and client. Clinicians are trained to keep their personal stories private to maintain a healthy relationship. While these boundaries are important, they can leave people feeling disconnected in therapy. At Bird's Nest, guided by my own mental health journey, we break down that wall. As the founder, I share my story as a survivor, creating an approachable environment that honors the ongoing work of staying connected to life after trauma. My lived experience provides insight for both clients and therapists, demonstrating the resilience that comes from healing. Our community isn't just seeking mental health support. They're looking for a space to share their stories and raise awareness. Bird's Nest goes beyond the therapy room, showing up where mental health advocacy is most needed. In addition to standard sessions, we offer affordable group therapy and workshops. Our social media is co-created with the people we serve, featuring real stories from real people. This humanizes mental health struggles, challenges stigma, and reminds everyone that they are not alone. We invest in the next generation of therapists by providing residents and counseling a trauma-informed lens, creating a nurturing space to learn, practice with empathy, and grow into skilled licensed professionals for our community. We serve individuals and families seeking not just support, but genuine connection. Virginia has about 8.7 million residents, with Hampton Roads making up 1.7 million. Around 340,000 experience mental health challenges related to trauma, and chances are a few may be here in this room. Narrowing to those seeking trauma-informed care, our target market is roughly 60 to 70 individuals, a reachable community we are here to empower. Bird's Nest Therapy was born from love, resilience, and the belief that no one should ever have to heal alone. Everyone has a story, everyone struggles, so why not heal together? With your support, we can provide accessible trauma-informed care, amplify community voices, challenge stigma. You will help build a community where every story matters and every person knows their experience does not define them. And since there's a little time left, Bird's Nest is currently seeking investors to provide startup funding for its growth and development.
And that's time. Okay, thank you. You can share your screen, and you're ready for some questions from the judges?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay.
Okay, first we're going to start with Gary.
Yeah, it sounded like a two-sided market that you're talking about. So who is your first customer? Who's your first customer?
And then Charlie.
Yeah, in that same vein, what's your actual strategy for reaching those revenue projections?
And Chris.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm a big fan of cause-driven entrepreneurship, and I admire you taking your experiences and wanting to help others. So thank you for that. My question, though, is I just feel like I missed a little bit of the quote-unquote product. So are we talking about a therapy practice? Are we talking about something that would be scalable beyond, a single location? Can you kind of connect those dots for me?
Okay.
You have 2 minutes, and Tim will tell you when your time's up once you start talking.
All right. So my first customers is of course the residents of Hampton Roads. It appears that we have two marketing, two targets, but really, what I'm providing while taking care of people's mental health is also attracting our future therapists, because if they're working in these environments that I've learned a lot about, they're learning bad habits, they're learning things that won't help people get over or heal with their mental health. So my first customers are the residents of Virginia. My actual market strategy, why I've been trying to get funds, I've already been making mental health awareness videos. If you go on our website, you'll see them. They are actual stories. My story, people in the community, college students, business owners. We have one about suicide awareness. It's very deep. It's very touching. So while I'm doing that, I've been going to local events. I've been doing everything I can to get Bird's Nest name out there, and it's been successful. I've already had clients ask, when are you getting people? When, like, are you ready? That's the great thing about mental health, is there's always clients out there. My product is mental health services. It is outpatient therapy. What makes us different than the other practices is that they aren't as trauma informed. They don't have the perspective that I do. I've been the business manager of a local practice for 3 years, and let's say it didn't go that well. But during those 3 years, I got to work very closely with therapists.
Okay, thank you. And we'll give the judges just a couple minutes. And Yak, are you ready to go? Okay, don't share your screen yet. Let me just, so Gary's good, Charlie's good, Chris is good. Okay, Yak, you can share your screen. Take yourself off of mute.
Okay. Can you see my thing okay?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And are you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Yak Wong from MechaStructure.
Hello, everybody. My name is Yak Wong. I'm the founder of MechaStructure. The nation is actually in the dawn of a new space age, and we are trying to establish a stronger and more robust space presence. And in order to do that, there's going to be some assembly required. It's not hard to see why that conventional launching system is kind of limited in size, and a lot of these new apparatus and space system require a huge amount of like space and volumes that conventional launching system is not going to provide in one go. So we have to build those things on orbit or on the lunar surface, so to speak. For example, if you try to build like a 20-meter telescope that to see exoplanet, no current launching system can do that. Or if you want to do a solar array to support a international space size operation on the moon, you're gonna need like 50-meter tall solar array. Again, no current system can do that in one goes. MechaStructure have identified 4 pretty critical and very feasible space stations access that we can put on the orbit. So one of them being autonomous space stations, where we can do all kinds of experiment or manufacturings in space, as well as like the tall tower I just talked about on the moon surface, and offloading crane that help putting surface assets down from the lander to the ground, as well as cruise ship between moons and Mars that can constantly going round trips. So what is a megastructure? A megastructure is actually a robotic architecture that was built completely by robot and it can be operated by robot thereafter. So it's a self-contained system that allows us to build very large system on orbit or on the lunar surface. My name's Yob, the founder of MechaStructure, also known as the engineer with the Xbox controller, according to a former president Mike Pence. I'm one of the very few experts on the world that have near a decade of experience designing robotic system for in space assembly. MechaStructure running on a dual business path, and we utilize Earth-based partners to help us getting experience and get things going to fuel our venture on the space establishments. And just for the 2 months that we have formed it, we already have 2 strategic partners that help us just doing that. The future of space is not gonna build themselves, but MechaStructure will. And therefore, thank you.
That's time.
Okay, thanks. Can I unshare your screen? And ready for some questions from judges?
Okay. Stop sharing.
Yep. And we're going to start this time with Charlie.
Hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you. First question, who do you see as being your first customer?
And then Chris?
Yeah, fascinating. So I did have the customer question too, maybe not so much just the first customer, but like who are the customers? Okay, but that's his question. My question is, are you integrating the HSML protocol that's being developed, or are you planning to with the spatial web?
And then Gary.
What is the problem you're solving?
So let's start with what's the problem I'm solving. So as I mentioned before, a lot of these next generation of space assets is just simply too big for a single launch to do. And the current way with module to module has its limitations. And obviously the US wanted to orbit the International Space Station. So we are preparing for the next generation of like space access. And then the customer questions, we actually already kind of got a customer / partnership. Interestingly speaking, it was, well, 2 of them actually. One of them is focusing on autonomous construction for housing. And the guy who worked with us happened to do a lot of like concrete work that inspired by the previous space, the lunar explorations. And the other one we having right now is doing agricultures. So interestingly speaking, like the system we're developing is also like the management, like operations side of structure can help them grow like a scalable, for example, like vertical farming operation and all that. So those will be translating into like operation that might be we doing on space, for example, like helping astronauts grow their food on their spacecraft. And then in terms of like system integrations, we are always open, and then obviously technology change all the time. So, it depends on what the customer want at the time to be integrated. And we'll just kind of be providing those 20% of extra service to integrate whatever they want, where the 80% will be kind of selling us our standalone and standard product line of structure and robotic construction services. That help answer all the questions. Anything additional?
Yeah, 4 seconds.
Okay, cool.
2, 1, that's time.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, wait for the judges to finish up. That's all of our speakers. They're good. So judges, you have a link to where you need to go to your deliberation room. And
should be in your chat.
In your chat. Okay.
You can leave this webinar, join that link, and then you'll come back here when you're done.
Yep.
Bye, Charlie. Bye, Chris.
Bye, Chris. Bye, Gary.
Bye, Zach. Well, congratulations, everyone. You survived.
Chris hasn't gone yet. There he goes. Okay. Yay!
All right. So they are now in their own deliberation room. They will talk about this, that, and the other thing. Who knows? I'm never in the deliberation room, so I can't really tell you what's going on, but they'll duke it out in the meantime. Gary will tap dance. And in all seriousness, if you have any questions or that you would like to ask, please let me know. And Gary and I will answer those questions. But until then, this is the last. Oh,
Yeah, I went out without the link.
oh,
So
everyone stop talking about Gary quickly.
yes,
Until he leaves
please just go carry on. I don't listen anyway. So, okay, can you resend me the link? I did because
hold on one second. I was
Probably Zach sent it.
yeah, I'll text Zach.
there's always got to be somebody who messes things up, right?
I mean, I am so not part of the deliberation room that I don't even have the link for it. So
Oh, Allison, you have a question, but don't ask it yet. Wait till Gary disappears.
Yeah.
Not that I don't love you, Gary, but you know.
Well, you can say some nice things about me. I can
Hey,
listen.
well, you had great questions. I learned a lot from your questions. Doing great.
She's a stand-up comedian. You don't give them the mic.
Oh
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, you do if there's no money on the table. Not at work.
I just sent it to your
got it.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
You're good.
So there was this Start Peninsula judge, right? No, go ahead. Go ahead, Allison.
Oh, I'm all listening. I'm like, oh, who was the judge?
It's a joke. What? No, I was just setting you up.
Well, thank you. There was a Start Peninsula judge who I had questions. So outside of ours today, Tim and Gary, who were like, what are some really interesting, unforgettable pitches that you've heard so I could do it next time? I meant just, so I could just ask.
In terms of who you can listen to, like go back in the history
No,
of
just
Start
in terms of,
Peninsula.
I'm just interested in you all doing this a lot. Like, what have been, in your career of listening to pitches and helping people, what have been some standout?
The one that I remember, which we did in person, was Janae, and hers
senior
was
nuns.
what's
Yeah.
that?
That was like 3-4 years ago at Hampton University.
Yeah, that it was.
She pitched twice, and that's a lesson learned, everyone. She didn't win the first time, came back the second year, and then went on to become one of the winners
And when
after
we were
trying
doing
again.
stuff in person, and Tim and I were in the launch pad, she would come up there like on Monday nights, and she had a coach, and she would pitch there. We would hack apart her stuff, and she'd rebuild it and go back to Norfolk or Portsmouth or wherever she was and work on it and come back. And she was just not gonna quit. And then when she finally did it, it was really, really great. The other one that I remember, Tim, is the guy with the child with autism.
Yep, Answers Now.
Yeah, called Answers Now. It was really, really good.
Was it because of the story?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
story
and
was
that's
good.
that's
Yeah.
the thing is that stories sell. People remember the stories. People are visual learners, and
Another one was the guys that had the tool that you so you didn't smash your finger.
safety nailer.
Yeah, when you didn't, and it was a plastic thing that your fingers would hold it, and you would hold a nail so you wouldn't bash your hand with the hammer. And that thing went viral, I
Well,
think.
he was on Shark Tank, and he got a deal with Mark Cuban,
Yeah.
Lori
Yeah.
Greiner, and one of the guest judges.
And then the lady Erica, was it Erica who started the uh, the I guess it was the military's
Yeah,
house
yeah.
job.
That was Instant Teams that were then turned into they rebranded from Instant Teams. No, they were Mad Skills rebranded to Instant Teams, and last we knew, they're still doing very, very well. But last conversation I had, they're up to 650 employees, so they did very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, learn from what you can tonight, continue at it. And those are the winners. And I say that over and over again, but the people that continue, those are the ones that win. I mean, even going back to 2018 when we were in Newport News, Brittany was there, and
I was
You know,
there.
so you were there,
They
and yeah, so and it's just the crazy thing that I mean, just a story for you all is that you know that's where I'm assuming Brittany was exposed to Jason Calacanis when we had him there, and then just she just went as she said in her pitch, she recently went through Founder University, which is kind of like startup studios that Jason does. So you know though that investment that we made from Start Peninsula is still paying dividends, and it was so funny. I was going for a run, and then like the first time you were on This Week in Startups, and I never thought that I would hear Star Peninsula mentioned on This Week in Startups. So that was a pretty fun moment for me, Brittany. Thank you for that.
I got you your shout out.
Yeah, I mean the closest I've come to being on This Week in Startups is just having one of my questions read and
Too
answered.
funny.
But I think
Yeah.
you've been on it 3 times now.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, so
Yeah.
Teddy, where can I buy any of those playing cards with? I'm a William and Mary grad too. Where can I buy
Really?
playing cards with the cipher on them?
Yeah, so we saw them at the bookstore and a campus shop.
Oh,
So I think the campus shop might still have some. We're actually all out, so we're getting another order of 1,000 right now. So
is that the William and Mary campus shop?
yeah, yeah.
Not the book.
It was just the bookstore is probably out of stock. We sell to both, but bookstore might be out of stock.
Oh, yeah, campus shop. Yeah, wm.com.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they sell them online. We keep bugging them to do that, but
Hmm. That'd be a cool item. I meant to ask you. I didn't want to ask you in the middle of the pitch. Thought that would be inappropriate.
but it's cool that you're from William and Mary.
What's that?
It's cool that you're an alum.
Yeah, Tim as well.
Oh, that's
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
I'm also from William and Mary, so that's cool.
Yep.
Tim and Gary, like, have y'all had any pitches like that's close to my field at all, or is it usually just like product selling?
No, I mean, so instant teams that we talked about, that was, I mean, it was not product per se.
Mhm.
I mean, the interesting thing is that, I mean, this is pretty industry agnostic in terms of
Yeah.
we take everyone because this is just this is the platform to validate your idea to determine if this is something that you should pursue. So it's really been all over. Yeah, the swath of companies is very wide, and to me, my advice to everyone is connect with the judges afterwards. Ask them for some feedback. As I said to a couple folks, you know, these are just but 3 opinions. They are not the end all be all of determining if you should continue to pursue your dreams. But kind of connect with them, find out, leverage them for their networks.
Yeah.
But the thing, yeah, I mean, the thing is, all of us here today, we have a long way to go. But I think that the big thing is for you, based on the feedback that you've received so far, is I think that you've received some positive validation.
Yeah, just a little awkward, like trying to sell, like, hey, people need mental health. I mean, that's one of the biggest topics right now in America is mental health. And like it's really hard to explain to people about like the like market for it, and just like if you don't know the field, then it's like talking a different language to them, you know. But that's like the good thing about being a survivor is that our brains are conditioned to fight. We have that fight instinct since trauma happened. So we are very, very stubborn people.
Yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
topic I think that people don't like. I'm a hospice volunteer for dementia patients at my local nursing home, and I went through my dad basically dying of dementia, and for like over the course of 8 years. So I get it. But when I tell people that I'm a hospice volunteer at the Foley Center here with dementia patients, and they all go
Yeah.
like run away fast, like I might catch it. I don't want to, like,
Yeah,
it's just too awkward to talk about.
because there's so much stigma that mental health faces, and it's just insane because if you really think about it, there's so much studies that shows that if there's something mentally like wrong with you, your brain connects you to everything. So eventually it's going to affect like your physical health too. And yeah, a doctor can help you with that, but they're not going to be able to like understand what's truly going on with your body if you don't fix your brain first. I mean, it's a reason why when you have kids and they're like when they're toddlers and younger, why you try so hard to teach them as much as possible because their brain development is so delicate and important. Um, it's just I picked a very fun time to jump into starting a mental health business, but I'm all for it.
Even there's just certain things that have stigmas attached to them. And when I was when I was at William and Mary, this was back in the 70s, and we had to interview a professional in the community. And you would think go to the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation chair or whatever. And everybody was busy. The police chief was busy. So I went to the funeral home and I interviewed the funeral director. And I said, "What's the biggest challenge you have?" And he said, and he was a funny guy. And he said, "Hollywood movies about funeral homes are bad. They give us a bad picture." And he said, "People, they know they need to come talk to us because they have a loved one that's going to die, but they will park across the street and walk over because they don't want people to drive." And Williamsburg was a smaller town then, but they don't
Yeah.
want people to drive by and see their car in the funeral home parking lot. So they would park across the street and go in the cover of an umbrella and darkness so that nobody would see them go into the funeral home. And the stigma is, and it's the same, I guess, with mental health, that people are just like, I don't want to talk about it. So
Yeah. And that's a big part of like what I'm trying to do with not just trauma, but with every connection to mental health is raise every awareness. And I'm finding out more and more, especially in Williamsburg, that there's so many people that struggle, and some of them are like business owners with success stories that could inspire other people to keep on going, to keep on moving, and that's really important. Answers Now. What was that about?
it was autism. He had a son or a child with autism, and he had an app for when you're in Walmart and your kid melts down.
Oh.
You don't know what to do, and you can get help right away because nobody in the Walmart wants to watch that. And your kid's freaking out,
People are
and so
judgmental. Yeah.
even if you're a parent and you're used to it, you need to get, it's embarrassing to your kid. It's
Yeah.
other people are uncomfortable. So yeah, I have that right on Tim. It was an app for that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. But also like infuriating. Like it shouldn't be embarrassing. That's like a human thing, that person can't help it. It's no different. People just need to mind their own business and continue to shop at Walmart. But that's cool. I'm definitely going to
I'm
reach out
putting
to
it in
that.
I'm putting the website in the chat for you.
Oh, I appreciate it, because we're actually doing a video about autism right now, because that is, of course, the big subject right now.
Yeah, the page says virtual autism support accessible to families everywhere.
Oh, that's awesome. Autism is like the most underserved mental health area there is, and it's insane because there's so many people with autism that are told like you fit in this box and this is all you get. Where I currently work out, we used to do testing, and people would come in with these 9-year-olds to be tested, and they're like, don't put what spectrum they're on because I'm so terrified of what the school is going to do to them. And their high Q would be insanely high. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, they're going to put this kid in some like special needs class. This kid could like, yeah, sorry.
You're good. Love
Tim,
the
what was
passion.
that guy?
Love the passion.
Thank you. Sorry.
Tim, what was that guy's name?
I don't know, but I'm ready to let's get this party started, shall we?
Okay. Yeah.
So I would love to get a picture, but Claudine is not showing her best angle.
Was everybody back? Oh, everybody's back.
So before we take the before we announce the winners, we will take a picture of all of our smiling faces.
Isaiah just needs to put his camera back on.
Allison, nice, whatever you did. Thank you. That was the difference maker. All right.
Look at your camera, right?
And well, and the joke is we take the picture now because everyone's smiling because we have not announced winners yet. All right. 1, 2, 3. And we'll do one more so that we can Photoshop the blinking person in with another one. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Cool.
So the winners that we are announced tonight, they will represent pitcher number 10, 11, and 12 for the championship pitch that will take place on November 12th. Top 12 on the 12th. And so we'll get information to you for the pitch perfect. This will be a closed session pitch perfect just for the championship pitch because what got you here is not going to get you there. There's going to be a different rubric. There will be different criteria that you need to outline in your pitch. So we'll get that information to you. Gary, do you have info?
I don't.
Am I the guy?
I don't know. I don't have any information.
Okay.
Are we going to get to give final tips or anything like that, Tim?
Yeah, I'm all about the filibuster to make things stretch out the excitement. Judges, do you have any parting words?
Yeah, I do. Okay, so number one, I would say for everyone here that just like quick tips, 3 quick tips. Number one, if you're giving statistics or facts or fact data, include your sources. A couple of you guys did, but a couple of you guys did not. So include references to your sources and say, according to blah, blah, blah. I know it takes a couple of seconds out of the pitch, but it's worth it. It gives more credibility. Number 2, time your pitches and practice because a lot of people ran out of time tonight. So if you didn't attend Pitch Perfect, that's number 1. Definitely do that, but time yourself. Give it over and over again and time it with an actual clock so you don't run out of time. And number 3, at the beginning of your pitch, just from a judge's perspective, we're hearing 10 different pitches in rapid fire succession and keeping track of our scoring sheets and rubrics. And we need to hear your problem and solution like right off the bat so that we have context and our brain can wrap around the details you're about to give. If you just go right into the details without giving the quick context around your problem and solution right up front, then we're lost and we're trying to struggle to catch back up to you, right? It all makes sense to you, but remember, this is the first time we're seeing it. So, you've got to say something like, we manufacture Sonites because Vodites suck, or something like that right up front, and give us your problem and solution so we can understand it. That would be mine.
Charlie O'Brien?
I don't think I can do a better filibuster than that.
Wow. How about you, Gary?
Just remember the customer and how you're going to get to them and how you're going to sell them and how do you know who they are.
Sounds like you came from ICAP.
Wow. Just yeah, but yeah, it says that up there, doesn't it? Yeah. So,
so with that, we do work with the ICAP. So we will those companies will then filter in the pipeline to determine if you're a fit. So then help you identify who the customers are, and you'll learn all that stuff as Gary suggested. So with that, I have results this time. Normally it's Gary. In no particular order, the winners are HUNNiE. Next up, we have MechaStructure. And rounding out the winner tonight is Where to Wheel. Congratulations to you all. The three of you, I don't even know. There was no reaction from Brittany whatsoever, so maybe she didn't even hear. But congratulations.
My thing blipped out. You just said my name.
Congratulations,
You're in.
Lori. You're in.
Thank you. I was trying to figure out what's happening over here. You just stopped talking. All I heard was HUNNiE.
HUNNiE, MechaStructure, and Where to
Okay.
Wheel.
All right.
We will
Thank
see
you.
you on November the 12th. As always, thank you to York County, James City County, City of Williamsburg, Hampton, Pocosin for your support. It is because of your support and entrepreneurship that we are able to do this. To our judges, thank you so much for volunteering your time.
Oh, and I think, Tim, one other thing is that the three winners from tonight will be invited with the other 9 from the other 3 contests for a special Pitch Perfect.
I did mention that, yes.
Did you mention that?
I did.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So Gary, thank you for that. Zach, thank you for your help. This sell every year, every micro pitch. We fill up these slots, so it takes a lot of work and effort for that. So thank you for your help in making this happen. Zach has an announcement for you all. Zach.
Brittany, Yock, and Aaron, in the next 5 minutes, I need you guys to email me a headshot of yourselves so that a post can go out in the next 5 minutes. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait for a week. You have my email because I invited you to this show. So please send me that headshot.
Got it.
Yeah. So some of you will see you at Tech Night tomorrow. Some of you will see you at the Pitch Perfect. Some will see you on the 12th. We want to see you all again, continue on this journey. That is what is most important. But thank you all so much. I wish you the very best. This is your cohort. Contact one another, learn from one another. If I can be of help, let me know. I'll share the judges' information as well. But I appreciate you all so much. Thank you.